welcome to Final Resonance TV, and probably my most controversial video I'm ever going to do. I'm going to call this one, Is the Stack Dead? Is rock and roll dead? You know, Gene Simmons said rock and roll was dead, and probably the surest sign that he's right is the fact that what you see behind you right now is a fake Marshall stack. How many of those have you seen lately? How many shows have you been to where they had a facade, either whether it was an LED wall that had a fake set of stacks projected on it, or some kind of, stage set, which is basically what this is going to be. It's going to be a banner, actually, but it's going to have our logos and stuff on it. But my point is, look, look at this. It's a joke, right? Look, I know all about the stack. Let me show you my stacks, my real stacks. I've had all these stacks. I've collected 412 cabinets and 412 heads for 20 or 30 years. And guess what? I can't hardly use these at all. And the reason is not a single venue. Well, I'll say, let me give you this. 2 venues that I play at out of like 10 would even allow me to bring one of these in the room. I had a club owner, actually, I hit one note on a 412 cabinet with a EVH head I had, a 5153. I hit one note, and he comes running up to the stage and immediately gives me the riot act about, keeping it down, this, that, and the other. And the drummer hadn't even shown up yet. So, of course, when he got there, I was way too low and had to adjust my stuff. But, this kind of thing has been going on in my area for a long time, and I'm sure it's going on in your area. I saw a video from a guy in Damien Keys, I think is his name, in England, where they actually have, they call them limiters. I don't know what that's. But basically, when the dB meter hits a certain level, it cuts the power off to your gear. If that's true, you folks in England, tell me, put it in the comments. If that's true, that's crazy. And also comment on if you have the same problem I have, that, you're almost forced now to have a modeler or some sort of system whereby you have full frequency cabinet that's facing you on stage if you're doing, live audio, if you're not doing in-ears. It's crazy that we're having to do this, but that's just the reality of the stack. I think the stack is dead. What do you think? Let me know what you think. Tell me what your experiences are with it. Are you having the same problems I'm having? Is the stack dead? Are we done with this? I love the feeling, the visceral feeling of standing in here. I was in here earlier. I just got this not new, but this old vintage piece of gear, this Ampeg, down the road here at the Guitar Center. And it feels so good to come in here and play. And then to have it taken away live, it sucks. In-ears have gotten great, and I've got, different rigs. I've got modeling rigs that I use in-ear live a lot, especially with my normal setup. And then I run a little tiny Class 5 Marshall as just a little bit of stage sound, and that gives me a little bit more sustain on stage. But that's how I do it. That's how I get around what I've got to get around. But some venues are so picky that if your drummer's even loud, they want electronic drums. They want you to kill everything. We might have 15 venues that support live music for bands out of the total city. And out of that 15, all of them have some sort of volume regulation these days. And only a couple that I go to don't, and they're not in my local area. They're actually out of town and in different areas. So you can either seek out the places that allow you to rock out, or you could not work. And I'm a full-time musician, so I don't have a choice. So my choices are acoustic, which is what I do during the week, and then I play the band where I can on the weekend, and I try with everything I can to make the volume level acceptable to whomever I work for, because that's what I have to do. I have to please the customer, and I have to please the venue owner. But I'd like to know what your experiences are, what's going on in your town, and just let me know. Subscribe to the channel, comment. Appreciate it, y'all. Rock on.